Ben had asked me to ask you this question, not on the physical side aspect of it, but mentally at the game, before the game. What is some of the preparations you do mentally for the game?
Well, mental preparation, catching-wise starts, the Thursday night, really. Going into the series, we kind of break down all the hitters that we're going to see, all the big guys that can't hurt us. And, me and Hobbs look at it, how we're going to pitch to them, depending on, who's starting that day or, who we have scheduled to go later on in the game. And, that's kind of big. And then once game time kind of rolls around, it's kind of just letting it go. I don't worry about too much stuff. I just let my game take over. I'm there for the pitcher. That's my big focus. Whatever they need to get through, 5, 6, 7 innings, that's what I'm going to do.
What's your take on the pitching staff overall?
Oh, it's incredible. We have probably the most depth I've seen since I've been here. We have a lot of guys with velo, a lot of guys with, unreal breaking stuff, a couple guys with both. So, it kind of falls on me to kind of, use them how we need to use them. And, there's a lot of pieces. Just how we're going to put it into the puzzle yet is, that's going to transpire over the season.
What have you seen from Connor and Patrick in particular going into their second season as starters?
Yeah, they've really improved overall. Their velo's up. Their breaking ball stuff is, really sharp now. And you can kind of see the maturity take over. That's the biggest thing. Freshman last year had to take on big roles early. Connor hadn't been with us all fall to prepare, and, he just kind of got thrown in there. And for him to do what he did and for Patrick to do what he did, it was unbelievable. But, you see him now, you see him come out here, you see him know what they're trying to work on, and you see him attack hitters how they want to attack hitters, how they know they can get hitters out, and it's special to watch. I'm excited for it.
Cronin met so much. Do you see anybody kind of with the temperament and the stuff to do what he did as a closer?
Yeah, I see 10 guys being able to do it. It's just we're going to have to see who kind of steps up in the right situation, who gets that confidence going early, and who we can rely on the rest of the season.
Could a guy like Cops do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Cops could do it. He's got the right stuff for it. Whether we use him as a starter or, a long relief guy or a closer, he's going to be prepared for whatever.
What does it mean to you to be named a captain of this team?
That was probably one of the biggest achievements I've had since I've been here. The accolades and stuff is cool. Going to College World Series is really cool, especially doing it twice. But, just having the respect to my teammates and earning that through my 3 years here, that was really special to me.
I think David Horn said last year more than once that you were like a captain. Maybe you weren't officially a captain. Did you kind of feel like a captain? And is it different being like I guess you get a C on your jersey, right, or something?
Some special, I don't know. But, yeah, last year I kind of took on that role just because I'm a catcher, and that's what you kind of need. You kind of need that field general out there, and that's what I want to be. That's kind of the person I am. That's kind of player I've always been. I'm going to lead first, do what other guys need me to do, and this year, just to be named it was unbelievable.
How much stronger are you this year than last year?
A lot, I feel like, I think this is the most people have ever talked about, like my weight and stuff like that. I hope it's the most anybody ever does, but you can definitely tell. I can definitely tell just how my body's working, and, I still feel quick, but that comes with that added power and, bat speed and things like that.
But running speed, because Van Horn always liked that you were a catcher that could run.
Yeah, I could still run a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be swiping a lot of bags, but I could still run a little bit.
What is your weight now compared to last season?
Let's see. I think I'm up 25 pounds from last season.
So
I'm about 200 right now.
So you were 175?
Yeah, I was a little guy last year, middle infielder.
What have you thought about Kaysen and Dominic there battling for that backup job behind you?
Yeah, they're going to be two really good catchers in the future. I've kind of took on the role of, that mentor, obviously. I came in here and I had Grant Cook to do that for me, so I kind of took on that role this year. And, they both excel at parts of their game, and they both, need to work on parts of their game, and that's what we talked about all fall. And, it's just kind of getting them ready to take over once I'm out of here and just to make sure this program's in the right hands.
You've had 2 World Series runs in a row. Where's this team kind of rank, and then how much do those 2 experiences kind of help you guys entering the season with that ultimate goal?
Yeah. The past 2 years we've been really good, top to bottom. Pitching staff's been really good, but I think this year is probably the most talent I've been around in terms of, tools every guy has. Every guy this year has multiple tools they can use it with, whether it's their defense excels or, they can swing it really well. We got Casey Martin and Kerstad doing what they do, and then pitching-wise we're so deep. So it's going to be a special season. We got to kind of put it together. Whether that's early on or towards the middle or we get hot early, if the pieces come together, we're going to make a good run. And, you kind of come in here and the younger guys, they can kind of feel that we're trying to go back to Omaha. And I think as a freshman, you want to come in, you want to play a role and you want to contribute to the team. And, the guys that were here last year, the sophomores, they want to get back to Omaha. And then guys like me and Kevin and, Martin and Kerstad, we're trying to win it. And that's the main goal this season. We have to accomplish a few goals before then, obviously, and we're going to take that step by step, but we're trying to win it this year.
Any added pressure on you being junior, with the draft year and all that, to try and separate it from what you have to do?
No. Honestly, the pressure is what you put on yourself, and that's what me and Van Horn have talked about, and he talks to the guys about it a lot. We don't worry about that too much. I definitely don't worry about it. The draft's going to take care of itself. I'm just trying to win games. I'm just trying to help my team every day, and if I do that, the draft's going to take care of itself.
What have been your early impressions of Robert Moore?
Yeah, he fit in really well. You could tell that he was really mature for his age when he came in here, and he took over. He came and introduced himself to the guys, and he was ready to get on that field, ready to contribute. So obviously, it's a little different when there's 15,000 in the stands, and that's going to play a role. But we have a lot of older guys here to help him through that and make sure that he's the best he can be.
There's one thing having a freshman come in, but having a guy that should be getting ready for his senior season. I mean, just the approach to that from you guys and what you've seen. You kind of mentioned it, but what you've kind of seen, how he's taken that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's incredible to do what he's doing. I mean, I've never heard of it in college baseball. I'm sure it's been done, but our approach is just make him feel welcome. That's what we do. He got here, and we were all supportive of him, bringing him in here, meeting him, talking to him, making sure that he's comfortable with what he's doing, making sure that he fits in right and he knows what we need him to do and things of that nature.
I think Webb's looked really well so far in the preseason, just what he can bring offensively and maybe some of the other guys that have come in.
Yeah, Webb looks really good. He had a little injury early on in the fall with that shoulder and kind of set him back a little bit, but, he hasn't really missed a step, and you can tell in these first 3 spring games, he's been hitting the ball over the yard. He's been running. He's been playing great defense, so he's going to be a major factor this year.
From a skill standpoint, what's impressed you about Robert Moore either at the plate or in the field?
His defense stands out. You can tell he's one of the better defenders we have. Absolutely, you can tell that from day one with, his hands and the way he holds himself out when he plays defense. He's made some spectacular plays already. So, and then with the bat, you kind of expect him to be up there looking to walk, but he's swinging it, and he's swinging it well, and you could tell, or you would think that he's been with us the whole time because he's swinging it really well.
Continuity of the coaching staff, how big is that as you kind of go second year with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I've been with Thompson for 3 years, and, we've been gelling the whole time, and, Van Horn does what he does really well. He kind of the leader of young men, just turns them into pro ball players. But, we have all those guys. Hobbs clicked with the guys big time last year, and I think you could really tell in the pitching staff how he came in and he was accepted early, and the guys bought into what he had to say. So, this year we're kind of putting all those pieces together, like I said. How soon we do that, we don't really know yet, but we're excited for it.
With Omaha being the goal, is there any added responsibility or pressure from you as a captain?
No, not really. I'm going to do what I've been doing. I'm going to do what I did last year. I'm going to kind of lead the guys on the field. I'm going to be the positive energy guy when we're not going good, because there's going to be those times in the season when we're not going good. It happens to every team every year. So it's just kind of on me to make sure, the guys are staying focused on what we got and what we're trying to do and staying positive and just, ride it out.
Thank
you.
Guys.